Hello everyone, good evening to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep and welcome to our today's session. I'm Saral Nashier with you and you all know me now. We have been together for a long time. We keep meeting for different sessions and today there is another session where I'll be talking about now a few things. That is the learnings from CAT 2021. So many of you might have appeared for CAT 2021 or many of you might be looking for CAT 2022 who have not appeared for 21 and must be looking for it, that what exactly is that that appeared in CAT 2021 that we can take care of, or that something that from which we can take some learnings and we can apply those in the next year's exam. So what all things can be taken care of, I will be talking about all those today. So before that, please confirm all of you that am I clearly audible and visible to each one of you? Is everything all right? Anyone is facing any issue? Please tell me. Otherwise, I'll start then. We'll start with our today's session. If everything is okay, just confirm me once that if everything is fine or not. Is all okay? एक बार कंफर्म कर देंगे तो उसके बाद हम लोग आज की कहानी स्टार्ट कर देते हैं. Okay, so yes, we can start with it now. So as you can see on the screen, so learnings from CAT 2021 to crack QA. That's the topic for us today. So what happened in CAT 2021, or what has been happening in the CATs before that as well? Is there anything which was new in 21 that we can take care of? Was there anything that was absolutely different, which has never appeared before, something like that? So we will be talking about all those things today. Hi Suman Sahre, yes, that's great. Chandan sir, thank you for your guidance. I scored 92 percentile in CAT 2021. Congratulations Chandan, congratulations. Priyanshu says it is okay. Good evening Priyanshu. So I think we can start now. We can start with our session. So here is the first thing. The first thing is that here I am doing a comparison of last few years of CAT, that is CAT 2019, CAT 20, CAT 2021. इन सब चीजों के बारे में थोड़ा थोड़ा आपसे बात करूंगा that what are these and is there any difference in this year's CAT vis-a-vis the previous year's CAT. So this is what we are going to discuss on this screen first, as you can see currently in front of you. Okay. So here I see that CAT 19, CAT 20, CAT 2021. In these 3 years, if you can see that, of course, CAT 19 had a little different. There were 34 questions. By that time, we did not know anything about COVID, fortunately. So in 2020, then COVID came and things changed after that. So in CAT 2019, there were 34 questions in quantitative ability section. There was 60 minutes for you. And that year we had 3 sections, 60 minutes each, 34 questions in QA, 34 questions in verbal and 32 questions in LRDI. And that was going on for the last few years. The same pattern was there in 18, 17, 16. ऐसा करके था. But because of the pandemic, then things changed. In 2020, then we had 3 slots instead of 2 slots. So previously there used to be 3 hours exam. In 2020, it became a 2-hour exam. So 40 minutes for each section. In 2021, it continued and again we had a 2 hours exam with 40 minutes for each section. And the number of questions, they do change. Okay? They did change, sorry. So here when I look at CAT 2020, the same 40 minutes had 26 questions, but somehow we got to know that CAT authorities feel that probably the number of questions were too high according to the time. So they reduced it to 22 questions in 2021. So when we talk about recent CAT, that is 21, in 40 minutes you had to do only 22 questions. But there was a major difference. So in 2019, there used to be 11 non-MCQs. I hope many of you would be knowing about this. That CAT has some questions in which there are no options. Of course, there is no negative marking as well for those questions, but there are no options in those. So in 2019, we had 11 such questions out of 34. That is approximately 1/3. In 2020, that percentage went down a bit because you had 6 questions out of 26 which were non-MCQs. So that is even lesser than 25%. But then again, it increased And in 2021, we had 8 questions in QA out of 22 which were non-MCQs, and 8 out of 22. I hope you can understand the percentage is somewhere around 35-36%. That was the percentage of questions which was there which were non-MCQs. Does that make a difference? Of course that does. Because for many people, when options are not there, they become uncomfortable with the question. Because even if you have solved it correctly and you got your answer, and there are no options to look at, just think of this scenario. आपने question किया और आपका answer आया 59, and that is there in the options. Immediately you will have some happiness inside yourself कि शायद मैंने जो किया है वही options में है, तो यही answer होना चाहिए. At least the confidence improves, right? Though there is a possibility that 59 is wrong, that might be the most probable wrong answer, लेकिन कम से कम ये लगता है जो मैंने solve किया है वो options में है. But when there are non-MCQ questions, there are no options, and you got an answer of 59, you can't be sure of this कि 59 answer है. Somehow you would always feel कि एक बार तो दोबारा check करना बनता है, which would not be happening if the options are there. Right? So that happened in CAT 2021, that the number of non-MCQs were too high, and because of that only we can say that the quant section of 2021 was from moderate to difficult. There were a few factors more apart from these, but these are the major factors that contributed to that part. Okay. I see some people asking questions. Ria says, I am Rohtak worth it? Of course it is worth it. Sir, I am understanding the question, solving the question up to 50% and quitting. They are not able to proceed from there. What to do, sir? Mohan Kumar, that means you are conceptually weak. I would say read the concepts again. Okay, Diptadeep, I wish you all the best for next year's CAT. Try again. I hope you would score better next. What should I take? BTech CSE from Chandigarh University or BTech? I mean, that's out of the purview. I don't think I would be able to answer that, Ayush Anshu here. So I move forward from this now. This was the year-wise comparison. Let's have a topic-wise breakup as well. What has happened in the topic? So in CAT 2019, 20 or 21, of course, we all know that arithmetic has always been heavy. There are 14 questions out of 34. Keep that in mind. So I'll just change the color once so that you can see that clearly. Just give me a moment. My laptop is low. It's still running. That's done. So now here when I talk about CAT 2019, there were 34 questions in this. In CAT 2020, there were 26 questions. In CAT 2021, there were 22 questions. So out of these 34 questions, you see 14 questions were from arithmetic, but out of 26, there were 10. This increased by 1, whereas this decreased by 4. And here you see 50% of the questions were from arithmetic. 50% of the questions. How good is that? 50% questions from arithmetic. That makes arithmetic a major area. After that, I see the second biggest area has been algebra in all these years. Geometry is the third largest area mostly, and then followed by number system and then modern mathematics. And here when I say modern mathematics, that includes permutation, combination, probability, set theory, though I have not seen any question on probability in the recent years. Permutation combination pe they generally ask you 1 or 2 questions almost every year. This has happened, but it has always been arithmetic heavy, followed by algebra. So this has been the topic wise breakup in 19, 20 and 21. If there is any question, all of you can ask me here. I would be keep looking at the chat box as well if there is any question. So Ayush is still asking questions. My academic average 1080. What should I take? BTech CSE from Chandigarh University or BA English Data Science? Ayush, of course, that depends upon your choice. I mean, what do you like? It is not that if I want to appear for CAT, so what is going to help me for CAT? I mean, according to that, you cannot choose your graduation stream. Whichever stream you are good at. Okay, so if you are interested in data science, go for data science. English में interest है, English में जाइए. BTech करना चाहते हैं, मतलब ये बिल्कुल ही different सारे areas हैं. So it's completely up to you. So इसका नहीं, top colleges से कोई लेन देन नहीं है आयुष. आप सिर्फ वो कीजिए जो आपको अच्छा लगता है. CAT 2022 exam date. Sejal, CAT has always been on the last Sunday of November. ZAT has always been on the first Sunday of January. So accordingly, you can always figure it out. So this year CAT was on 28th of November. So next year CAT is going to be on 27th of November. So 27th November 2022 is the date on which CAT exam would be there. सर क्या एनसीईआरटी के सारे चैप्टर्स कंप्लीट करने होंगे? कोज मुझे लगता है इसे भी डाउट होता है। नहीं, मेरे ख्याल से सारे ही करने चाहिए हिमांशु मौर्य। इफ यू गो फ्रॉम क्लास 6th to class 10th, I would suggest complete NCERT should be done. And not only because NCERT covers all the basics, but also because sometimes direct questions have been asked from NCERT. So it is always important कि अगर आप उसमें से कर लें तो आपका बेसिक भी अच्छा होगा. You might encounter questions directly from there. Sir, I need to watch your arithmetic classes. Where should I watch? Mohan Kumar, if that is to be done, so you can join our course at BYJU'S Exam Prep. Of course, you just go there and you can do that. You will give CAT class every day. Manjeet, we don't have classes every day, but yes, it might be 5 days a week or 6 days a week, depending upon the batch. So if you just go to BYJU'S Exam Prep app, so you will get the details from there. You can talk to the counselors as well, or you can join our Telegram group. So just write BYJU'S MBA. So there, or from there you can find later on I would be sending you the link as well of Telegram group, so you can join it from there. Online classes for CAT 2022, but whenever I call on the given number, they only say we will connect you shortly, but I get no call for anyone. Please help me to join. Tanmay, in that case, I would suggest that join the Telegram group. You just post your query over there. I'm extremely sure someone would get back to you. If they don't, I would be there for sure. Okay. I'm having BYJU'S subscription, not BYJU'S Exam Prep. Okay, Mohan, probably you need to speak to the counselors and they will help you out. Probably that what model can be benefited for you. Okay, now comes the most important part, the learnings from CAT 2021. What all things we can learn that can be helpful for us in our preparation in the coming CATs as well. So the first thing that I would say, of course, it has been all the years. Nothing changed here. For CAT 2021 too, you can say arithmetic remains the major area followed by algebra. And as I just showed you on the previous screen that 50% of the questions this year came from arithmetic. What do you mean by arithmetic? Arithmetic contains all those topics that you have studied till 10th class and you loved those. For example, percentages. I hope everyone liked it. Ratios. And then we have time, speed and distance. We had time and work. We had averages. We had mixtures. These all, profit, loss and discount. These all areas constitute arithmetic. This is something that everyone has studied. सबने पढ़ा है, right? So उसी चीज को एक बार brush up करना है and you have to just mold your learning according to CAT. That what kind of questions does CAT ask you? So if I'm learning profit, loss and discount, I have learned things in profit, loss and discount. I have to see what kind of questions CAT is asking you. So probably according to that, I have to practice some questions. According to that, I have to change my concepts and I have to learn them. That's the only thing you have to do. You know all these things already. The second biggest area is algebra. Though algebra may be topics हालांकि वही हैं, but at that time probably we did not like algebra too much. Algebra contains questions from linear equations, quadratic equations, graphs, modulus, logarithm, binomial expressions, AP, GP series, HP series, functions. So these all areas would be included in algebra. So geometry पे बहुत ज़्यादा questions नहीं आते हैं, but no one knows, right? Things might change. For example, ZET. ZET is the second biggest exam after CAT as far as management entrance examinations are concerned, and it is tougher than CAT as well. So ZET also had the maximum percentage from arithmetic every year, right? Followed by algebra or geometry. And the number system was at some third or fourth place. This year, ZET had most number of questions from number system. Suddenly things changed. एकदम से बहुत ज़्यादा questions आ गए. Only one question from arithmetic. Only 1 or 2 questions from algebra. एकदम से मतलब reduce कर दिया बाकी चीजों को, उसे बहुत increase कर दिया. So this has happened. This might happen in CAT as well. No one knows about it. But yes, keep yourself ready for all these kind of changes that might happen. All these kind of surprises that can be there. And who knows, by next year CAT probably the pandemic is over and you might have again a 3-hour CAT again. ये भी possible है. So no one knows about that. Just be ready for all those things. Okay. I'm asking because I am giving extra marks for academic diversity. Ayush, Ivan, you cannot choose your graduation stream because IIMs would be looking for it. Please don't do that. Just go for your graduation. Who knows, even after doing graduation you might not be doing MBA. ये जरूरी थोड़ी है कि आप इसके बाद MBA ही कर लेंगे, ये भी जरूरी नहीं है बिल्कुल. So please keep that in mind. So please give me all chapters of each section. Manjeet, of course you can find it I mean any of the websites. अगर आप इंटरनेट पे भी सर्च मारेंगे so बहुत जगह मिल जाएगा. Probably here I would not be able to write everything, but you can even find it on BYJU'S exam prep app. अगर वहां भी जाएंगे तो वहां भी आपको दिख जाएगा. So that was the first thing, first learning I would say from CAT 2021. Then I move to the second one. Increased number of non-MCQs. As I just said, there were 8 questions out of 22 which were non-MCQs, and non-MCQs have always been a problem area for us, if you remember, isn't it? हमेशा एक प्रॉब्लम नहीं रही है नॉन एमसीक्यूज से हमें कि एज आई जस्ट डिस्कस्ड कि भैया ऑप्शंस नहीं होते हैं, यू कैन नेवर बी श्योर ऑफ योर आंसर, इट क्रिएट्स अ प्रॉब्लम. So this might create a problem for you. For example, many times we keep telling students कि options से भी बहुत सारे questions हो सकते हैं, but when options are not there, it might create a problem. Be ready for this as well. The third most important thing here is that in CAT 2021 there was something different from previous year's CAT. That was the questions were lengthy, right? This has not happened before. I'll just take a moment, guys. I think I am getting something very urgent. Just a moment. I'm sorry guys, there was something very urgent that came up and unfortunate, so I had to go in between. Hanji, so where was I? Yes, I said the number of the questions have been quite lengthy. This is a change from previous years that has happened. I mean, previously CAT has never asked lengthy questions. They generally ask logical questions. Lengthy questions have been basically, I would say, lengthy questions ज़्यादातर जो आए हैं ना वो आए हैं IIFT में, ZAT में, but CAT does not do that. But this year there was a change. This has happened. Okay. Next thing, calculation based too. I mean, this again was a surprise this year for me. So when I appeared for CAT 2021, I just saw that some of the questions required a lot of calculation. Though there is a on-screen calculator given to us, हमेशा ये होता है हमारे पास, लेकिन कैलकुलेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस नॉर्मली वो आपसे एग्जाम में नहीं पूछते हैं. दिस ईयर दे आस्क्ड कैलकुलेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस. आई मीन questions in which long calculations were needed. Of course, not very long. Not that you had to calculate something divided by something up to 3 decimal places or 4 decimal places. वैसा भी नहीं हुआ. लेकिन calculation based questions इस तरह के आए जितनी लंबी calculation पहले कभी नहीं पूछी गई हैं. This time they asked. Calculation based questions were asked this year. Next. This becomes the most important point according to me, that stick to the basics. We keep telling this to the students, but somehow they don't agree to this. When you go to the internet, I mean, you see that what kind of questions appear in CAT. So people keep looking at those questions. मैंने देखा है बहुत बार they keep discussing such kind of questions जो मतलब कभी CAT में शायद आएंगे ही नहीं. Extremely lengthy questions ऐसे भी मतलब डिस्कस करने लग जाते हैं. Questions that require some alien concepts. So unless you know a theorem, you can't answer the questions, but CAT does not do that. If you just look at CAT, the kind of questions they ask, they are complete basic questions. I mean, you just should know the basics. They might, make some modifications in the question itself. कहीं पे ऊपर नीचे करके वो आपसे चीजें पूछ सकते हैं, लेकिन कॉन्सेप्ट हमेशा बेसिक रहता है. आई मीन the three basic concepts might be used in one single question. That way they can make it easy, but they would never make it easy that unless you have studied till 10th, you won't be able to do those questions, right? Conceptually वो 10th तक की ही चीजें पूछते हैं, never higher concepts, but yes, they would be asked in a very logical way. And if you stick to the basics, I'm extremely sure that if you just do the basics of all the topics, you can definitely score more than 99 percentile in QA. I can vouch for that. Your basics should be in place, so always keep that in mind. And last but not the least, that is handling the time pressure. That has become important now, because when there are 60 minutes, right? So still you can probably have a scope, you might have a scope of taking 2 or 3 wrong questions, but when that happens in 40 minutes, I mean the pressure increases a lot. 40 मिनट्स का ही टाइम है, आपने 3 क्वेश्चंस किए और वो तीनों क्वेश्चंस बाय चांस आपसे नहीं हुए या गलत हो गए. इन सच केसेस यू वुड स्टार्ट फीलिंग कि यार मेरा तो बहुत सारा टाइम खराब हो गया, आई डोंट नो वेदर आई वुड बी एबल टू स्कोर वेल और नॉट, मैं क्या करूंगा क्या नहीं करूंगा कैसे होगा, और वो प्रेशर इंक्रीज हो जाता है, बिल्टअप हो जाता है. That does not happen when there are 60 minutes. वहां पे ये दिक्कत नहीं होती. There you might feel okay, कोई बात नहीं, 7-8 minutes 10 minutes खराब भी हो गया, I still have 50 minutes. But that when in case of 40 minutes, when only 30 minutes are left, you feel 25% time चला गया. I mean that pressure builds up. So that you have to keep in mind. These are few of the important things that you have to keep in mind, guys. So these were the learnings according to me, and now I'm going to show you some questions from CAT 2021, because I was in this slot 2, so I would be showing you some questions from slot 2 itself. Just have a look at those questions, and I just said that stick to the basics. Why am I saying this? How does that apply? Just look at these questions. It's a question from slot 2. From a container filled with milk, 9 liters of milk are drawn and replaced with water. Next, from the same container, 9 liters are again drawn and replaced. The volume of milk and water now is 16:9. Then the capacity of container in liters. If anyone has prepared for CAT, they must be knowing replacement में सबसे पहली चीज यही सिखाई जाती है, pure basic question from arithmetic that is based upon replacements. Second question. Anil can paint a house in 60 days while Bimal can paint in 84 days. Anil starts painting after 10 days. Bimal and Charu join him. Together they complete the painting in 14 more days. And if they are paid 21,000 for the job, then what is the share of Charu? Right? This question you might be remembering even if you have not prepared for CAT. आपको school time से याद होगा. I mean in 7th 8th class we had such questions at that time. Right? They used to ask us such question that 2 people started doing a job, they can do this in these days, and then 3rd person comes in, they do it in these days. So मतलब कौन कितने दिन में काम कर रहा है उसके हिसाब से आंसर आ जाता है. Complete basic level question from time and work. That was question number 2. Question number 3. So again, let D and E be points on sides AB and AC respectively of a triangle. AD is to BD is 2:1, AE is to CE is 2:3. एरिया ऑफ ट्राइंगल एडी आपको दे रखा है और एरिया ऑफ ट्राइंगल एबीसी आपसे पूछ रहा है. अगेन इफ एनीवन इज प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर कैट, दे वुड बी नोइंग अबाउट दिस कि अगर मैं यहां किसी रेशो में कट कर दूं, यहां किसी रेशो में कट कर दूं, तो इस ट्राइंगल का एरिया टोटल ट्राइंगल के एरिया का कितना पोर्शन होता है. इट्स अ वेरी बेसिक थिंग. वी कीप टेलिंग दिस टू स्टूडेंट्स कि अगर ये रेशो 1:2 है, दैट मींस दिस साइड इज 1/3 ऑफ टोटल. ये रेशो 2:3 है, सो दिस साइड इज 2/5 ऑफ टोटल. So area of this triangle is 1/3 into 2/5 of total. That simple it is. इतना सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है जिसमें सिर्फ आपको इतना सा करना है, 1/3 into 2/5 of the total. That gives you the answer. आपको इसका एरिया दे रखा है, एक टोटल का एरिया बताना है, right? That was third question, which again is completely based upon basics. Look at the fourth one. Now logarithm is something normally people leave it. वो करते नहीं है. That is the problem with them. Otherwise logarithm पे based questions आप बहुत आराम से कर सकते हो. और अगर आप इस क्वेश्चन को देख रहे हो, it's a very very easy question based upon logarithm, जिसमें pure logarithm का सिर्फ और कुछ यूज नहीं हो रहा. It is just based upon definition of logarithm. Log of something with base 2. Definition कहती है that means this thing is equal to 2 की power 0. Sorry, first of all ये 2 उधर जाएगा. This thing is 2 की power 2. Right? फिर अगर ये 3 है इधर, 3 जाके माइनस हो जाएगा, फिर ये 3 की पावर में जाएगा, फिर 4 माइनस होगा, फिर 4 की पावर में जाएगा, एंड दैट वेज यू गेट द आंसर. एनीवन हु हैड स्टार्टेड विद लॉगरिथम, द फर्स्ट थिंग यू लर्न इन लॉगरिथम इज कि लॉगरिथम की डेफिनेशन क्या है. और ये क्वेश्चन प्योरली based upon definition of log hai. That's as simple as this. That was question number 4. Then look at question number 5. A question simply based upon percentages. A box has 450 balls, either white or black, there being as many metallic white as many metallic black. 40% of the white balls and 50% of the black balls are metallic, और वो दोनों equal है. So what is the number of non-metallic balls? Again, a question probably of 7th or 8th standard. जहां परसेंटेज आप पढ़ोगे वहीं पे क्वेश्चन पहली बार में आपके सामने आएगा. Simple question based upon percentages. That was question number 5. And then I look at question number 6. There is a 4-digit number. Some of the digits in thousands, hundreds and tens place is 14. Some of the digits in hundreds and units place is 15. Tens place is 4 more than units place. I mean, we can just make a combination and find them out, right? Again, not a difficult question. And these 6 questions, if you find them easy, let me tell you, this year, had you got only 6 questions in 40 minutes, you could have scored 90 percentile, right? I'm not lying. These are the actual figures. जिस आदमी ने इस साल 18 स्कोर किया है क्वांट में, he had got a 90 percentile. 18 marks are equivalent to 90 percentile. You can see these 6 questions. ये 6 question 18 marks के ही तो हैं. 18 marks पे आपका 90 percentile है. This is the kind of exam that was there this year. I hope you would have got a fair idea about it. What all things are to be taken away from CAT, are the learnings that you have to take from CAT 2021. And these all things, if you just focus upon them, I'm pretty sure that these are going to be helpful for you. So Sejal BYJU'S helpline number would be probably on, someone would be able to help you in the chat box itself, or you might go to BYJU'S exam prep app, and there you would find it. I think it might be there on the upcoming pages as well, if it is there, so you can take a help from there too. Okay everyone, so that's all from my side. Now on 16th of January we are having this snap analysis at 2 p.m. so join us there. I would be taking the analysis, and there we would be talking about expected cutoffs, difficulty level of the paper, and the other things, that how was the paper. And yes, I would be discussing some answers from the paper as well, so that you are sure कि कुछ idea मिल जाएगा कि how much score are you getting. And yes, for the people who have appeared for CAT 2021, if you are looking for a CAT PI and VET program, here we are with that program. So just go to BYJU'S exam prep and you will find it there. And as someone was asking for the number, here it is. Just call up at this number. They would be able to help you. Otherwise, as I said, join the Telegram channel. Everything would be there. And yes, for anyone appearing for CAT 2022, we are running this batch 5. And this is our brilliant team who would be teaching you here at BYJU'S. And please, as I always say, like the session if you find it useful for yourself. Comment on it if you need anything from us in the upcoming sessions. Share it with the other guys who are preparing, and please subscribe to BYJU'S exam prep channel, because we'll keep bringing such sessions to you, right? And these are the addresses for our Telegram channel, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and on the Google Play Store. So just go there and find us out, guys. That's all from my side. I hope you like the sessions, everyone. Thank you very much. See you soon now in the next session. Till then, bye bye and take care all of you.